Ooh. Ah. Seems like we have really annoyed Brighton Football Club. It's not looking good, bruv. It is not looking good. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the latest that's happening in Chelsea in terms of transfer news, in terms of news in general. Brighton, they've been doing a bit of madness. Obviously, earlier on, we got a statement in Brighton's official Twitter page stating that Caicedo is happy at Brighton Football Club and he's looking to stay. And yeah, kind of gave me the vibe that maybe they're trying to do this to calm their own fans. But it also at the same time kind of reminds me, what they did when we got Cucurella. So, but this thing seems to maybe escalating a little bit at the moment. Check this out from Duncan Castles, saying subsequent moves for Paul Winstanley and Caicedo have left Brighton unimpressed with Chelsea's new ownership group. Interest in Enzo Fernandez remains active. So Brighton are not happy. Brighton, as much as we joke around and as much as we've been saying in recent times that, hey, Brighton, I mean, you're like a little brother to us, man. Just come on, just give us those players, man. Here's the money and give us the players. They're not impressed, and rightly so, I suppose. I mean, we've got their manager, we've taken the entire backroom staff, we've taken Cucurella as well. We've only given them Levi Colwell on loan. We've been linked with Caicedo. We've been linked with Robert Sanchez. We've linked with McAllister. Yeah, I can imagine that they're not happy. So yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of conversation happening in regards to midfield. Let's start from the top. This is what was tweeted by Duncan Castles, who at times gets it right, at times not so reliable. Maybe in this case, maybe has something that we need to look into. Brighton set 100 million price tag. I mean, these guys are annoyed. They're absolutely annoyed. Brighton said 100 million price tag on Caicedo, with club owner Tony Bloom refusing another sale after latest attempt of raid from Chelsea. So look, if this is true, I don't think it's going to happen anymore. As I said recently, I think Chelsea bid 55 million. That was the initial bid, and Brighton were looking at about 75 million. That was their valuation on Caicedo. And I was sort of saying, the fact that it's only 20 million away, we can potentially do something. But the fact that it has now jumped 100 million, I don't know. And also off the back of that, what we saw earlier today with the statement in Brighton's official page, man, are we sort of probably moving away from Caicedo now? So the focus is on Enzo Fernandez. I don't know what is going to happen with Enzo Fernandez as well. Benfica are so staunch and so difficult to deal with in regards to that. And it's not really complex. You just got to trigger the release clause, but it's complex in the sense that Chelsea don't want to do that because of the FFP. One solid payment of 10 million pounds will get us into trouble. That's why we've been trying to, do payment structures so that we don't get into trouble and not having to pay all of that fee up at once. But yeah, let me know, ladies and gentlemen, do you still value Caicedo at 100 million? At 100 million, I think it's probably time to move on. I personally, as much as I love Caicedo, and I think he would be a fantastic addition for us in midfield, at 100 million, we're talking about a ridiculous amount of money now. Do you know what I mean? So we might as well look elsewhere. I don't know what else is out there, but we might as well look elsewhere. This is the latest in regards to Enzo Fernandez, and once again, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Chelsea asked Benfica last week if they changed their Enzo price. Rui Costa responded, no. 120 million euros. Chelsea have to do it next days because Benfica would need a replacement. There's no talks ongoing right now. And this is why I guess we're trying to offer players as well. I know some of the players we're offering, I mean, they're not nowhere near Enzo's quality. I mean, I don't know, but I'm guessing the players will offer, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Benfica, Ziyech, his name was thrown around. I would even put Jorginho in there. But maybe that's just not good enough. Benfica, as I said, man, they're one of the dark horses in the Champions League. This is not a Mickey Mouse club. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're a selling club as well. But they've got ambition maybe this season that maybe they could go far in this Champions League. Look, Caicedo 100 million, can't see that happening. Looks like Brighton, we've annoyed them. We've absolutely peeved them off. And now with Benfica, 120 million, there's no way Chelsea will trigger that release clause. The only way this happens is if Benfica somehow comes into the table with us and comes into a payment structure, as opposed to wanting that entire 120 million up front. Maybe we can do something, pay 70% of it, and then the remainder in installments, and then probably also provide players as well. Besides that, I really can't see anything happening here. I know River Plate, they've got an interest as well. They'll get a sell on sort of commission. They're probably forcing Benfica as well, but Benfica at the end of the day, there's a release clause, trigger it, and you can have your man. Yeah, and this time around, I don't think Enzo Fernandez will create any more chaos. He's done the chaos in the first part where missed training, wasn't part of one of the games. So, look, we've got to do something. We need a midfielder. We have to do something. And all of these clubs are now really pricing us out. And this even further sort of puts the whole situation into a good perception. This is coming from All About Argentina, which they're actually quite solid when it comes to Argentinian players. If Chelsea were to pay the release clause for Enzo, the clause plus taxes will be 160 million. It just won't happen. Chelsea will not do that. I think I've heard Fabrizio Romano talk about taxes, so release clause plus taxes. They'll just blow the situation up completely. And I don't think Chelsea are looking to do that level of business. They've got the money. It's not like they don't have the money. It's just they can't pay that in one go because it will blow up the book. It will literally blow up the book. The one reason why Chelsea seem to be relaxed at the moment is long-term contracts, amortization of the transfer fees spread out across all the years. And this is why, they're going to keep within the FFP. Paying 160 million up front all at once, that'll get you in trouble. Chelsea are prepared to do something in the final 2 days of the window if they don't land Enzo or Caicedo. Maybe a surprising name. Remember Zakaria, Chelsea are ready. Look, I'm happy with Zakaria. Obviously, he's injured. I'm sure he'll come back within a couple of weeks. Do I want another one of these panic situations right at the end? No. I want our first choice. If we can't get any of those, it seems like our first choice is Enzo and or Caicedo. If we can't get that, let's stay put. I know it doesn't sound good, or we might as well stay put. Let's not try and get players on a permanent who we don't picture, to be long-term, to be part of the long-term project. So that's just my 2 cents. But ladies and gentlemen, you let me know. I mean, what player would you get? What player would you get? Frank Kessie apparently is staying at Barcelona. This is as per Fabrizio Romano. Kone, some of you guys have said that. Maybe that could be a thing. Southampton, Romeo Lavia. We'll see. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, breaking. Chelsea's first offer for Gusto was 17 million. New offer coming between 26 to 35 million. Gusto was guaranteed playing time. Discussions ongoing. I mean, come on, Leon. It's time you shut your mouth and you knew your role, as like Rock would say. Shut your mouth and know your role. Come on, Leon, man. 26 million to 35. That is decent amount of money. That is decent amount of money for a 19-year-old who, let's be honest, yes, a lot of potential, but it's not like he's lighting up the situation. He's a fantastic prospect, and this is the money you're going to get. I thought 17 million was actually fair enough. 26 to 35 million. Come on. You need to now stop the shenanigans and make this happen. Look, I'd be surprised if that is what we are offering as the second bid. I'd be surprised if Leon says no to this now. And if they do, honestly, let's move on to the next chapter again. Gusto at the moment doesn't even consider staying, despite Leon trying everything. This is the thing. Don't make the player unhappy. Don't make the player unhappy. Let's make it happen. And then get this done. I'd be surprised once again. 26 to 35 million. Chelsea will send a new offer to Leon Gusto for Gusto in the next few hours. Great to see. I hope once again, as I said, I hope it gets done. Chelsea want Gusto to help share the workload with Reece James so his game time can be managed following 2 knee injuries. This is very much needed. This is very much needed. This is exactly why I think all of us are looking for a a backup, not a replacement, as a backup in that department of right back. So, look, we don't need to play Reece James match in, match out. We can manage his game time. And if you have someone like Malo Augusto, you best believe at least the key components, pace, recovery pace, I suppose, defensively quite astute, robust, all those attributes are going to be there. So from that right side point of view, we're going to be fine. And obviously, he's going to learn from Reece James. He's going to learn from all the experienced members in this football club. So this is a huge factor why we need to get Malo Augusto done, ladies and gentlemen. Looking after Reece James's 2 knee injuries is paramount at the moment. It is absolutely paramount. Okay, Chelsea are currently not giving the green light on Gallagher to leave after what happened with Lukaku. They are not accepting loan deals. All right, no problems. You don't want to accept loan deals. But we got to be able to find a way to get rid of Gallagher. I don't see how he keeps a place. If we don't get any midfielders, no problems. For the time being, keep him and then see what we can do in the summer. But I've said my piece. I don't think Gallagher is Chelsea level. I respect him. I like his attitude. But when it comes to quality, I simply don't think he cuts it as a Chelsea player. Now, if there are suitors in the likes of Newcastle, in the likes of Crystal Palace, let's negotiate. But those clubs will try and lowball us because they know we're trying to get rid of players now. It's a very tough situation where Chelsea is because top clubs out there top players out there that we're trying to negotiate with, those clubs know we want a midfielder and they're jacking up their price and they're not budging and they know we have the money. And then the players that we want to get rid of, clubs that want them, they know we're trying to get rid of these players and they're trying to lowball us. We're in this very, very bad situation where we might have to pay overs and then we're going to get unders on some of these players. But I feel Gallagher needs to go. If it's not a loan, no problems. Just find a permanent solution. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are relaxed and not worried about FFP. They have people internally taking care of the financial situation. This is from Fabrizio Romano. And further goes on to say Chelsea are just doing their thing, doing their project. I love it. I said it recently. These guys, they are successful for a reason. Todd Bowley, Iqbali, they've come in, they've seen the loophole, and they've done all that madness with the long-term contract and spreading the amortization of the transfer fees across all of those years. They know what they're doing. They know we don't need to worry too much about the FFP situation. Honestly, we don't need to worry too much about the FFP situation. They know what they're doing. And I think this is why. This is why they're not going to do something reckless and pay 100 million for Moses Caicedo and pay 110 million for the release clause for Enzo Fernandez. They are looking to get those players, but at a systematic manner. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about everything that we've talked about today, especially the Enzo situation and also Caicedo. Are you happy with 100 million? What do you think about that price tag? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for our live stream tomorrow early morning. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things popping off. Until then, see ya.